Why real estate for you? Because you've been in it in various different forms,
Yeah.
wearing different crowns and hats. Why real estate?
I've had two passions my entire life, real estate and technology. And they both came to me when I was very, very young. So real estate, I would say I was probably 7 years old. My mother owned an apartment building in the south side of Chicago. I want to say we had maybe 7 units in this building. And my mother is from Puerto Rico, and English is her second language. And I was constantly, it started around 7 years old, dealing with the tenants, translating, filling out the forms, collecting rents, just handling as much. And that, as I grew older, I started to take on more activities within this building, right? That was my own little Monopoly game. I loved it. I loved real estate. I loved everything about it. I even today, there's not a day that doesn't go by where I'm driving through Dubai and I'm looking at the buildings under construction or the empty plots of land, and I'm wondering, what's happening here? Or, constantly. It's constantly in my head. Bought my first property at 18. So real estate has always been a passion. I've always invested, flipped. I've done everything in real estate. Technology also. So I remember I was in second grade, so around 7 years old as well in the US. And I don't know what possessed my school at this point because it was very advanced for them to have a basic programming class. So they brought in all these Commodore 64s, right? I'm judging my age here.
Programming is like code for coding these days.
Coding, yeah. So it was basic coding, and we had these computers. I just fell in love. They would have to tear me from the seat. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to go after school. I begged my father to buy a computer. So my first computer was a Commodore 64. And I would just there do basic programming. And when I was in high school, I did an internship for ABN AMRO Bank, working in help desk. Then when I went into uni, I studied business, but then I went into computer science. My technology career just went from there. In the dot-com boom, I was working for Microsoft and then eventually Sun Microsystems as a client-facing consultant for them. I did that for a very long time, about 10 years. Then I moved to Las Vegas and wanted to take a break because I was tired of living on a plane and in hotel rooms. And I decided to get my real estate license. Because at that point I was like, okay, I'm investing in a lot of property and I'm paying, a lot of brokerage fees for selling, and I'll just get my license and see how that goes, just for fun. Took the course, 9-month course.
Not like
9-month real estate course, okay? Took the test, 3 tests, very difficult. Got my broker license, and then within 2 years, I started my own brokerage, and I was in the top 2% of real estate in Las Vegas. Then I moved to Dubai, and in my first 2 years in Dubai, I was running a real estate franchise out of Canada, and I had about 30 agents at that point. And this was before RERA was formed, so it was very much the Wild Wild West. Right. At that point, I had my children. I had my 2 girls, so I took a break, just a career break. I took a 5-year career break, if you can believe that or not. That's another conversation. Yeah. And then when I came back, I got into PropTech, to real estate technology. And I've been doing that ever since here in Dubai. And I've done multiple B2B real estate data platforms, B2C data products, worked with Dubai government.
We're on every panel, every PropTech panel.
Yeah, open data, brought open data, and the first official house price index for City of Dubai, Moasher, we did that. And then that's what I've been doing here, as well as investing in real estate as I see throughout my career, both here in the UAE and outside around the world. That's how I came into it. Those are my 2 passions. And now I'm pivoting back into real estate, wearing a different hat.